why doesn't Microsoft have a complete transparency on its development cycles? Why don't we post specs, and why don't we release source code to Visual Studio and Visual Fox Pro to our users?
Well, number one issue potentially is competitive nature. I mean, there are competitive products, and we don't necessarily want to disclose everything right off the bat. And
I mean, when I came here, one of the first things I asked was, can we post specs? And I've actually, one of the people who's been driving towards that, I think we are going to get there. I actually do. I think that anytime you have a company of this size, there are people who are nervous. And with some of our past, people have been nervous about, how people would react to us. But I think that's going away. I think the freedom that the developer division and Microsoft in general has shown around blogs, where people can actually start to post specs or post questions about things they're thinking about, I think that's the first step. So I think down the road, you will see us starting to post specs. I think that with the tech preview thing, we're going to be posting bits more quickly. And with some of the things that we're doing, some of the add-ons to Visual Studio, etc., that are posted with source code, you're starting to see that. Fox has, kind of led the way here in some ways. A big portion of Fox is actually written in the X-Base language, in its own language, and all of those ship with the product, with the source code. So there are pieces of it, that are written in C++ that we don't ship, but things up to and including in the next version, a huge portion of the reporting system, etc., is all written in X-Base, and we'll ship the source code for it.
Because of the amount of lines of code and complexity, it's very unrealistic to think of someone managing the core C++ libraries and updating a full product. It's not necessarily beneficial to anybody if they had certain parts of it. So it would be, if it was out there, it may not be doing anything. No one would really benefit. But having certain types of components that are designed to be extensible, and in continuing to improve the extensibility of like Fox Pro and Visual Studio, it allows you to kind of build on top of the product without it seeing the source code, and that's the ideal solution. One thing that Fox Pro has been doing is giving out the specs to the alpha beta sites early on, and I think what you'll see there is it's more of a contained environment, but yet it's a pretty good set of folks that see it early, and I think you'll see the beta site numbers increasing. So you may not see the specs right away on like MSDN.com early on in the product cycle, but people that give a lot of feedback, seeing it early on before things are actually coded, that'll keep increasing.
Yeah.